Hello, I am Alex Crăciun, executive chef based in London with over 15 years working experience in Michelin star restaurants, London and all over the world. So today we're gonna cook a British classic, an inspiration take from a very interesting and very classic dish called Sunday roast. We're gonna put our own input into it using Japanese Wagyu, which we can enjoy thinly sliced as well so much. Secondary cuts, they are more affordable than the prime cuts, obviously, but that doesn't mean they are not one of the best what you can use for the dish what we're gonna use today. I've chosen chuck roll because I love the texture, I love the flavor. If you don't find chuck roll, you definitely can use thinly sliced ribeye. So me using secondary cut is something what is widely used in Japan. It's a very well-known cut. I know we don't use it a lot, and I think we should use it more because of its flavor, texture, and marbling. For this recipe, I'm using Japanese Wagyu slice at around 2 millimeters. Obviously, look in the shop for sukiyaki cut, sukiyaki slice, and you will get something very similar. So to begin, we will start with the cabbage. We will thinly chiffonade. I will use a tiny bit of Wagyu fat. I have here a Wagyu fat, which I really love to use everything from Japanese Wagyu because it has a really beautiful flavor. The fat is so sweet and so delicious. I will add 2-3 knobs of butter, just to make sure everything melts together. Put the cabbage in the pan. Important to make sure the cabbage is soft. That's one of the most important on this. Gonna dice some onion. Finally dice. It doesn't make any difference. You can bourgeoise. You can just fine dice onion. Take the cabbage out. Again, if you have more, add more. It's never too much of Wagyu fat. Really use a pinch of onion. We soften the onion only till it gets translucent. Just cook for like a minute or two. Put the cabbage back in the pan. So the stock what we talk about, which is not much flavor going into it, so it's not going to change much of the flavor of the Japanese Wagyu. Cook it again for another couple of minutes. I add a tiny bit of vinegar just to give her a bit of acidity. Cabbage being so sweet needs a bit of acidity. Japanese Wagyu has a nice beautiful richness to it. So by adding an acidity, it's gonna help you to just enjoy it so much more. That's about this. A minute on this and we're almost ready. It's a Sunday roast. Obviously you don't need to do it only on Sunday. You can do it every day of the week. And now, because our inspiration is from Sunday roast, so we need to make sure we have some vegetables. I'm gonna use some Brussels sprouts, but you can use any other vegetables wherever is in season. I will do mushrooms and Brussels sprout because that's what I have in season now. I'm gonna put some olive oil. Gonna put some mushrooms in, face down to make sure you give a nice color to look nice in a plate. Slice this potato quickly by the time when the vegetable finish. I will slice it on the mandolin. You can slice it, obviously, you can slice it by knife. I will use a cutter. I'm gonna put a tiny bit of olive oil, tiny bit of salt on the potato. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna put this in the oven and just give it a couple of minutes, around 7-8 minutes in the oven, just because it's so thin, the slice is gonna cook in no time. So I'm gonna finish the cabbage. I'm gonna give it some diced apple, just small dice, just to make sure you get in every single bite you get a small piece of apple. I'm gonna add some blueberries into it. What we're gonna do next? Look at that. It's just perfect. Very important with the English mustard, do not put a lot, yeah? Very important, just a tiny bit goes long way. In every single piece, you need to make sure you have a tiny bit of everything. Okay, just roll very nicely. just to make sure we have everything set up. So we try to make, I think 2 pieces of this per portion, if you have, is more than enough. Just because you don't need a lot of Wagyu to enjoy Japanese Wagyu, to enjoy the actual flavor. You just need a tiny bit, goes a long way. It's so rich and it's so delicious, and just one mouthful is gonna be like an explosion. In Japan, it's quite traditional to have a cabbage roll. We do it upside down. In East Europe as well, it's very, very used. I think in UK we don't really use it as much, but this is an inspiration as well from the European side. I'm gonna use a cast iron pot today. Gonna put now a couple of vegetables on the bottom as well. Enjoy cooking. Just be happy when you cook. Because that's gonna feel when you cook something. Just be happy. We're gonna put the potatoes on top as well. I'm gonna try to make a nice, beautiful layer. Now, the most interesting part, the roll goes inside. So we're gonna try to arrange it nicely there. I probably gonna put, really depends how big is your roll. I will put probably 3 in the middle and 2 on the side, just to make sure it covers the whole length of the pan. Tuck it there to make sure it goes down. And look at that, already looks amazing. I'm 100% sure it's gonna taste delicious. What we have here, it's a beef broth. I will add it a tiny bit just to give me a bit of moisture. So, but as well, don't put too much if you have it, and just make sure, move the pan to make sure it goes on the bottom. And that, when you put this in the oven, the steam is gonna help to cook the beef. So this now is gonna go in the oven for a couple of minutes. I'm probably gonna put this in the menu for 2-3 minutes, but then we check it. Obviously, it really depends on what ovens you have at home. I'm gonna put it at 180 degrees for 3 minutes, take it out, check it, and then we'll see how it comes. I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. So, how you can see, sizzling nicely, and the aroma is just incredible. I just like the whole aroma of it is just beautiful. Now, the best part, tasting. They're gonna take a roll. I'm gonna take some potatoes. So, just to show you how soft it is, it's just like my knife goes through it like it's just like butter. It's an amazing texture. The aroma of it is just with that the sweet aroma from the Japanese Wagyu fat is just brilliant. Wow, the texture is just brilliant. So me personally, I consider this quite a very healthy dish. I have loads of vegetables, I have some fruits, I have some salad. So it's definitely a very good and healthy option if you want to eat healthy. And with Japanese Wagyu being sliced so thinly, and I think you get the aroma so intense and the flavor is so beautiful, like you don't need a lot of beef. It's just like that cover of it is just perfect. If you want to learn more about Japanese Wagyu, head over to our website below, which is full of information about Japanese Wagyu, such as partners restaurants, butchers, and the e-commerce destination where you can purchase your Japanese Wagyu. Thank you very much, and enjoy the Japanese Wagyu.